Welcome to the Asset Management Mastery Podcast. Your hosts, Gary Lipsky and Kyle Mitchell, have more than 50 years of combined experience in operations and management and more than 25 years of real estate investing experience. This show focuses on educating syndicators and apartment owners on how to build systems and manage their properties more efficiently to become a best-in-class operator. 100% straight talk. Let's jump in.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Asset Management Mastery Podcast. I'm your co-host Kyle Mitchell, also joined by Gary Lipsky. This podcast is focused on educating operators, building better systems, and becoming a best-in-class operator. Also be sure to check out our Facebook group, Asset Management Mastery. All right, today on the show we have our very own Gary Lipsky. We have some very exciting news to share today, which is launching our course on asset management on May 3rd. So Gary, let's start by telling the listeners what the inspiration was for the course and why we created it.
Yeah, there's a lot of courses out there that teach you how to get your first deal, but I haven't seen anything really that talks about after you get that first deal, what do you do then? And that's so critical because we want to help investors and operators become best in class, and the only way to do that is really delve into all the different aspects of asset management. And that's what we do in this course.
Awesome. And what's the name of the course? Sorry, I forgot to mention that at the beginning.
Yeah. Asset Management Mastery Course. Very simple name.
Very cool. All right. So who is this course for, really?
Yeah, great question. And it's for those that own properties, and it doesn't have to be big multifamily. It could be even a 2-unit or a 4-unit. They're going to get tons out of this. And it's also for those that want to own property someday to get that knowledge base, and even passive investors that want to learn more about what good asset management looks like.
Yeah, I think that's important, right? Passive investors don't typically, because they're passive, don't educate themselves on this side of it, but it is very critical and really could help you in selecting the right sponsors, because if you have a operationally minded sponsor, someone that has experience on that asset management side, you can vet them with the right questions and you can feel good that the business plan execution is going to be there. And I think that's really important for a passive investor to know. Does my sponsor not just know how to find a deal, raise capital for it, and close on it, but does he know how to execute it from the start to the very finish? So that's great. What outcomes are you looking for from this course?
Yeah, anyone that signs up, we're going to give them everything they need to be successful in asset management. Obviously they need to put in the work. We can't do the work for them, but they'll have everything they need, including the confidence to be successful. We'll have resources and all the tools that they need to implement. And that's why I'm so excited, because it's really going to raise the bar for a lot of people.
Yep. And, this is not just high level overview of asset management either. That's what our book is for, which we can talk about at another time. But we're really digging into some topics here. We're going to go through some exercises. Everyone's going to have homework. Like Gary mentioned, there's going to be resource guide that you can go back and look at and help you out. And we're going to give you some of the tools that we use to manage our assets as well, that will help on the asset management side as well. So I'm really excited to be able to share that with the group as well. So yeah. The number one question I'm sure everyone's asking is, what's the cost and what's the structure? So first, what's the structure of the course?
Yeah, it's going to be 7 weeks. We'll cover a couple modules every single week. We're starting on May 3rd, and we're gonna offer a special introductory offer for this if you sign up. Normally it'd be $997, and right now we're going to be offering it for only $497, so that's 50% off. And even if you took away one tidbit from this course, that would pay huge dividends, because that's how powerful good asset management can be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you can just change your NOI by $1,000, you're already making it up there, right? I mean, the value of your property is going to be worth a lot more than that. Okay. Is there anything else about the course we haven't covered?
Yeah. Well, the topics, and we cover everything from due diligence, which is really before asset management happens, all the way to disposition. So we'll cover building a team, budgeting and financial analysis, legal, managing the manager, KPIs, marketing and leasing, renovation management, investor relations, curveballs, taxes. I mean, we really cover it all, and we want to give everyone just a great blueprint to be successful in asset management.
Yeah, and we do have some special guests who are coming on to help us on some of those topics because Gary and I are not legal experts or tax experts. So we do have experts coming on to help us with that section. But I think it's going to be important for people to try and sign up for the live sessions, right? These will be recorded. They'll go on sale for $9.97, but for half off, and you can get part of the live sessions for 7 weeks, 2 hours a week. That's a lot of content, and you're going to be able to be there for the Q&A afterwards as well. So you're going to be able to ask us questions on each of these topics and really delve in even deeper if you were there during the live event. So I really encourage you to sign up for this now. Gary, where can they sign up for this course?
Yeah, go to our website, assetmanagementmastery.com, and you'll see you can click on the link for the course and sign up. And we're excited to launch this May 3rd.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Speaking of asset management, why don't we tell them a little bit about the virtual asset management summit coming June 21st?
Yeah, really excited. This is our second annual. Our first annual, which was last September, October, was a huge success. We had over 1,800 people sign up. It's a completely free event. So we are just trying to get the word out there about asset management and the importance of asset management, just like we're doing with our course. But this one is going to be for the masses. It's completely free. We've got a ton of great speakers again. It's going to be a week-long event, and we're really excited to be putting it on again June 21st through the 28th.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about some of the speakers and some of the topics that are going to be covered.
Yeah, so we really thought long and hard about what topics to bring because we didn't want to do just a repeat of last year, right? We want to always be bringing fresh new topics and fresh new discussion. And the great part of asset management, there's so many critical pieces into it. You can just continue to take a little bit deeper dive. So we've got Brian Burke coming on, and he's going to talk about refinancing. So the do's and don'ts on refinancing, how to go about that process, some things to look out for it. I'm really excited about that one. We've got Neil Bawa back. We don't know his topic yet, but it's going to be something around data, which he always talks about. So really excited about that. Tom Wheelwright, really big name, Rich Dad, Poor Dad advisor. He's going to be talking about a lot of tax updates. We've got the great Rod Khalif, who's going to come talk about mindset. And then one other thing that I'm really interested in hearing about is construction management from Ashley Wilson. She has that background. She's from that background, and she's going to dive deep into construction management and some of her processes. So really excited to hear from her. Some other topics are going to be KPIs, a deeper dive into that, investor relations. So really excited for all the topics.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, we always, each time last year, I was blown away by all the great content of the speakers. It's not just kind of high level stuff. They really delved in, and the Q&A with the VIPs afterwards was phenomenal. Why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about that?
Yeah, and thanks for mentioning that, Gary. This is one area where people didn't take advantage of it as much as they should have last year. I mean, it's $127. And not only do you get the recordings, so there's going to be over 30 recordings for this event, and you could get them in perpetuity, but you also get access to the speakers who come on later in the evening or in the afternoon, depending on the week, if it's on the weekend, and you get to ask them any questions you want on the Zoom room. So you're personally speaking to all the speakers, and these guys are people with millions and millions of dollars under management, hundreds of millions of dollars, and years of experience. And so I thought it was really invaluable. We had, over 100 sign up last year, but only about 10 or 15 were on there every single time. And they just got to ask so many questions and just got a wealth of knowledge just from that alone. So I really encourage people to sign up for the VIP. It's like I said, it's only $127, and you get that direct access. So for 7 straight days, you can hop on the VIP and ask whoever spoke that day any questions about their presentation, or even just whatever you're going through in your business or your struggles right now. You can ask their opinion and their advice for it, which is completely invaluable.
Yeah, absolutely. For $127, it's a no-brainer. And tell the listeners a little bit what we're doing different this year with the WOVA app.
Yeah, so we are introducing the WOVA app, and it's our first time using it, but really we wanted to implement more of a networking feel. to this event. Last year, it was a fantastic event. We tried it through Facebook, through a Facebook group. There wasn't that marketing feel. So we changed over to WOVA so we can have more breakout sessions and networking. And so we're going to be launching some things there. And then you can also have the virtual sponsor booths within WOVA. So really excited to get the sponsors involved and some raffles for some great events and great prizes. So excited to introduce WOVA.
Yeah, and speaking of sponsors, tell us some of the top sponsors going to be involved this year.
Yeah, so we've got SAS back with us, and they're going to be speaking as well, and that's water conservation. So definitely tune into that one. They've been great, and they've helped tons of investors save on their bottom line, and that's what asset management is all about. We also have Asset Management Mastery, which is our brand, of course, as a major sponsor. And then we have Mark Willis from Lake Growth, who's going to be speaking about some great ideas that he has. And man, I can't remember his topic. Gary, do you remember it?
I think like tax strategy and
right.
Borrowing money, but yeah, Mark's we've had him on the podcast, and he's phenomenal. So excited to have him. And we also have Gene Trowbridge from Trowbridge Group back, and they are our SEC attorney. So excited about that. Toro and a bunch of others. So yeah, and CalCap, yeah, really, and Asset Living. So really excited to have so many sponsors involved. And anything else about the summit you want to mention?
No, just again, it's free. So there's no reason why you shouldn't sign up. Please tell your friends, anyone that would be interested in this. And again, this isn't just for active sponsors. It is really going to be great for active sponsors. You're going to learn a ton. You're going to be able to take these items that you're learning and implement them immediately to have an immediate impact on your NOI. And so that is huge. But even from a passive investor standpoint, just sit on some of these calls and learn about how some of these investors are managing their businesses and managing their multi-million-dollar businesses, right? And that's going to help you choose and select the right sponsor, like I was talking about earlier. Asset management is such a huge piece of investing in real estate that's not talked about enough. And, the last 10 years when the market was so hot and rising, it was very easy to just hand the keys over and still raise the rents and get, the best out of your property. But that's just not the case anymore. And, to be honest, if you had a better asset manager during those 10 years, you probably would have resulted in even more profits. And so asset management is a critical piece. It needs to continue to be pushed out there, and people need to continue to learn about it. So please attend. It's why we do it for free. We're just passionate about getting this message out there.
Absolutely. So excited for the course and for the summit coming out soon.
Perfect. Well, that wraps it up for today. Again, please subscribe, like, and review so we can continue to grow the podcast, and we'll talk to everyone next week.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please go to iTunes and leave a rating and written review to help us grow and reach more listeners. You can also go to the Asset Management Mastery Group on Facebook so you can reach Kyle and Gary and ask your questions that you want them to answer on the show. Subscribe too so you can get the latest episodes. Lastly, to stay updated, go to assetmanagementmastery.com and sign up for the newsletter. If you're interested in partnering with Gary and Kyle, sign up on the contact page so you can talk to them directly. Thanks again for joining us. Be sure to tune in again next week for another episode.